overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Moves inside Ronaldo!
What if I told you that football's most iconic rivalry isn't just about goals, trophies, or El Clasico fireworks, but about something deeper? It is a clash of philosophies, of identity. On one side, you have the kings of the transfer market, Real Madrid. They don't just sign players, they sign statements, from Figo to Mbappe. Their Galacticos approach made them more than a club. They become a spectacle. On the other, you have Barcelona, a club that believes in growing its own, where legends are not bought but born. From the halls of La Masia come Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. Their message wasn't imported, it was cultivated. In 2025, this ideological duel still burns. Both teams are chasing the same dreams: glory, dominance, and legacy, but they are taking two very different roads to get there. This is the story of those two paths, and the question at heart of modern football: is it better to buy greatness or to build it? Real Madrid's reputation as football's ultimate super club is built not only on their trophy cabinets, but on their ability to build the world's best. From the original Galacticos to today's smart Laticos, the transfer strategy has evolved, but the philosophy remains rooted in one thing: recruits excellence. Florentino Perez arrived in 2000s marked the beginning of a new era. Signing Luis Figo from Barcelona was a bold move, but it was only the beginning. Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham, and the others followed, turning Madrid into a footballing Hollywood. It was football filled with fame. Figo's transfer even sparked riots in Catalonia, symbolizing not just a transfer but a cultural coup. But for all their star power, the Galacticos didn't always deliver. The 2000s saw Real Madrid collect Ballon d'Ors but struggle for consistent dominance. They often look like a group of talented individuals rather than a well-drilled unit. Yet, even their failures were glamorous. Their appeal wasn't merely on the pitch. Sponsors, brands, and international markets gravitated towards Real Madrid's star power. A club jersey wasn't more than merchandise, it was status. Florentino Perez's business acumen made Real Madrid as smart brand as a club. After the Cristiano Ronaldo era, Madrid's recruitment strategy matured. They began targeting younger players with world-class potential, ushering in the new wave of talents that blend the market's acumen with long-term planning. Jude Bellingham arrived as a mature 20-year-old, with leadership qualities beyond his age. Camavinga and Tchouaméni were scouts not just for their physicality, but for their intelligence. Adagula was signed not to make headlines, but to inherit them. Endrich was secured before he even turned 18, with Real aiming to mold him in-house. This wasn't just purchase, they were investment in the future, not aligned by Galacticos, but before they reached full bloom. Real Madrid, it seemed, was learning to future-proof its dominance. This transformation also means building a deeper infrastructure, advanced analytics, cutting-edge scouting networks, and a global footprint. Madrid now doesn't just sign players, they research, assess, and forecast. The club has evolved into a data-driven juggernaut. The 2025 summer markets confirm Real's modern model. No longer only star chasers, they become efficient, forward-thinking, and ruthless in market timing. Dean Huijsen, a 20-year-old Spanish international, was brought in from Bournemouth for €59.5 million. His reputation as a calm, elegant defender who can break lines with passing fit perfectly with Madrid's needs. Unlike traditional defenders, Huijsen is a chess player on the field, reading moves 3 steps ahead. Then came the blockbuster, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Madrid has waited for years to secure the world's most creative right back. Rather than allow his contact as Liverpool to run down, they moved fast. For a small fee, they brought in Trent immediately for Club World Cup, and in his debut, he delivered a trademark assist. It was a signing that carried symbolism. Real Madrid want to involve a Dani Carvajal's role into something more, an attacking director from the flank. Chance brings vision, precision, and positional versatility, and he has to cruise in creation, but from deep. His arrival also signals Real intends to dominate every inch of the pitch. In modern football, fullbacks are playmakers, and Madrid isn't content with tradition, they want revolution. Barcelona doesn't just play football, they play with purpose. Their philosophy was built by Johan Cruyff and crystallized by Pep Guardiola. Central to that, La Masia, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Messi and Puyol each emerged from La Masia with a unique talents but a shared vision. Play with the ball, play with heart, play as one. Under Pep Guardiola, La Masia became legendary. The 2011 Champions League final versus Manchester United was not a win. It was a masterclass, a symphony of triangles, movement, and understanding. Barcelona didn't just dominate, they redefined how football could be played. The triangle passing, positional play, and unity became football gold standard. It wasn't just successful, it was philosophical. The same periods influenced coaching systems globally, from South America to Southeast Asia. Academies modeled themselves after La Masia. Barca wasn't just winning the games, they were spreading an ideology. After Messi's emotional departure in 2021, Barcelona hit rock bottom. Financial turmoil, ballroom chaos, and lot of direction forced them to rediscover their roots. The club's song has ripped, and the fans felt it. But crisis bred clarity. Barcelona could no longer spend their way out, so they returned to what makes them unique. La Masia, Lamine Yamal, barely 16, set La Liga ablaze. With fearless dribbling and mature decision-making, he became a beacon of hope. Paul Kubasi emerged as a rock in defense, calm under pressure, give on the ball. Fermin Lopez, Hector Ford, Marc Casado. The names may not sound cheap globally, but they restore in identity. The emergency wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. But necessity gave birth to something precious, a revival of belief. What followed was not just excitement, but a cultural reawakening. Defense, disillusioned during the years of mismanagement, now has something to believe in again. The Camp Nou began to run not just for goals, but for ideas. While Real invests from power, Barca invests from limitation. They brought in Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo on loan. Lewandowski was a concurrent risk. Pedri, a gem from Las Palmas, and Gavi, promote young, a centerpiece. They scout cleverly, spend carefully, and promote relentlessly, not because they want to romanticize La Masia, but because they have to. The front office creativity is just featured as flick tactics. Every signing is made with one eye on philosophy and one eye on feasibility. Barcelona's mission is to remain competitive with compromising the song that defines them. This isn't about statistics, this is about stories. Real Madrid signs players to dominate the world stage, a club of emperors. Barcelona builds players to carry their flag, a club of artists. In a changing football world, both are trying to survive and thrive. One by brilliance, the other Brazil. And in 2025, the contrast had never been sharper. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a referendum on football soul. Real Madrid just won their 15th Champions League title. Mbappe, Vinicius and Bellingham form a terrifying trio. Houston and Chance strengthen their backline. The future, even brighter. Barcelona under Hansi Flick finished the 28th La Liga title, but with Yamal, Kubasi and Pedri, they are not far behind. What they lack in resources, they make up in resilience. They are also not just rebuilding, they are redefining. Flick is implementing hybrid pressing structure. Yamal's role is evolving into a creator in shape. Kubasi is fast becoming the next Piqué. The 25-26 season will test whether youth and identity can truly rival powers and precision, and perhaps more importantly, whether resilience can truly match resources. Every Clasico this year will feel like more than a game. It will feel like a statement. Can you build a dynasty with song alone? Can you dominate without investing vast sums? Can patience match power? Barcelona say yes. Real Madrid saying it's not enough. Football history will decide, but football culture will remember who dare to be different. Perhaps the most telling answers lie not in the trophies, but in the stories, in the stands, in the way fans chant the name of the home ground player, or idolize a superstar. Which echo lasts longer? El Clasico will forever be more than just a game. It is the global mirror of football's most fundamental debate. Should greatness be bought or built? And until the question is answered, the world will keep watching. Perhaps the future doesn't belong to one or the other, but to both. Maybe the club that finds a way to buy without forgetting to build will truly define the next era. The rivalry lives on. So that's the question.